All right, 10 o'clock, I hereby call this meeting to order. We need approval of the agenda.
I make the motion.
Second?
Second?
Wow, what happened? I can actually hear it. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Approval of the last meeting's minutes. I need a motion.
I move we approve the minutes of the last meeting.
Okay,
I second it.
all those in favor?
Aye.
All right, new business.
Oh, somebody's just, must be bad.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay, so we do have two positions that we are asking for your approval on for update to minimum qualifications. Our first one is our administrative support specialist, which is a promotional position on our customer experience team in our public works department. So if you turn to page 2, currently applicants do need a bachelor's degree or 3 years of office clerical work. So after reviewing the position, we did conclude that a bachelor's degree isn't necessary to perform the duties required in this position. So we're asking for your approval to change it to associate's degree in office management, business administration, accounting, or another related field, plus 2 years of experience in a professional office environment. We would also accept a high school diploma or GED equivalent, plus 4 years of experience in a professional office environment. We would also remove requires considerable typing and computer skills in Microsoft Office Suite programs, since this is already encompassed in the experience in an office environment. This position does require driving, so we are asking for the candidate to have a driver's license while they're employed through the city of Davenport. Okay,
What does professional office environment mean?
so that's going to be a higher level of clerical work. So somebody who might be doing data entry on a regular basis. It could be somebody who is in a professional office setting. So
As opposed
an
to
administrative assistant.
Unprofessional, meaning like tell
Sure. We're
dirty
looking
jokes or something?
for
Are you sure?
work
I know it.
experience as opposed to maybe something that they would be doing on the side is what we're looking for. Okay. Okay, any other questions? Okay. Then next up is our plans examiner. This is another promotional position in the Development and Neighborhood Services Department. If you look towards the bottom, you have qualifications. So we are doing some language cleanup by adding equivalent after GED. And then to update experience to 5 years, this would bring it more in line with with industry standards. Okay. If you turn over to the backside,
Question,
yes,
GED equivalent. It's like either you got a high school diploma, you get a G, is there other stuff besides GED equivalents?
it is my understanding that there is something that is equivalent to a GED, yes.
What would that be?
It's something, I don't know off the top of my head, I would have to find out for you and get back with you, but I do believe that there is another,
I can jump in here a little bit too. So the position requires a high school diploma, but we would also accept the GED equivalent. I think that's how I would read this language.
I'm just curious what an equivalent is to GED.
The GED is the equivalent of a high school diploma.
Are you saying it that way?
Yes.
Not a GED equivalent, but the GED as an equivalent.
Right.
Okay.
Very good.
I think what Gina was getting to is there may be a different name for it. GED may be an outdated name for it, but that's the consistent language we've used in other job descriptions, so we're sticking with that. If it's renamed, certainly we can come back to you and update all of them at the same time, but that's the consistent language we've added in there.
It would seem as though, just to be picky, equivalent should go before GED, shouldn't it? I mean, since it does require the GED. Oh,
If
is that
the-
a question there?
Oh, okay, so the current title is high school equivalent equivalency test is the new title for a GED. But if the commission wants us to change the wording to say equivalent GED, we're open to that. I think what we want to get after is, it's not just a high school diploma. We would also accept that high school equivalency test or the GED, either or. We want to make sure that it's not limited to just a high school diploma.
Well, it's just that I've never heard of a test that's equivalent to a GED.
Yep, no, I understand that. We're happy to reword it if the commission would like us to.
That'd be fine, just so it doesn't confuse, it confused us, so.
Sure, okay, so we'll change it to equivalent GED.
We're not usually picky.
Confused.
We're happy to have feedback.
So the definition has changed to add the word equivalent.
No, it's,
We'll just reword it as Commissioner Thomas said.
It's so simple. I'd never heard of it either. Okay.
okay.
Okay. So right now, candidates do need to be certified as a plans examiner through the International Code Council. However, we're asking that candidates be certified, receive the certification within 6 months of hire, and then maintain that throughout duration of their employment.
Unique, all these certifying groups, you come up with groups that, you know, never dreamed there were such a thing, much less heard of them before. Okay,
Okay.
Is somebody in this position now?
So, Rich, or would you like to come up? Thank you.
Good morning, Rich Oswald, Development Neighborhood Services Director. Jake Ralph, who is our current Chief Building Official, was currently our Plans Examiner, so we'll be hiring this position to backfill Jake, who was once the Plans Examiner.
Would this kind of be another word for project manager?
No, a Plans Examiner is basically when builders are submitting plans to build a new building or a new house, they review the plans to make sure it meets code, make sure it meets everything it needs to do before we issue permits. They have nothing to, other than follow-up inspections and stuff like that. They're really not the project manager. This is more for the community, builders and that.
Okay, thank you.
Yep,
there's really enough plans to be looked at to justify a full-time position?
yes, we have probably more than enough for one, probably two, but no, one, there's plenty. We get, Jake, how many projects do we have going right now, like new reviews?
Currently 30 or more.
Yeah, so they keep us busy throughout the year.
Thank you.
And that concludes updates to minimum qualifications.
So we would just ask for a motion to approve both items 1 and 2 under new
That's
business.
what we can do. Do I have a motion?
I make the motion.
I
Second?
second it. I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Old business. Pretty less. Certification list, come on up.
Perfect. So our first list up is our assistant buyer position. This is a promotional position in our finance department, and we did have a 30-70 split. It is part of our AFSCME union. So candidates do need an associate's degree in business administration, public administration, marketing, or other related field, supplemented by 1 year of buying or purchasing experience, or we would accept the equivalent. They do need to have a valid driver's license, and again, our normal background and residency requirements. So we did have 4 applicants. All were qualified. They all passed the written exam, all passed the interview, and they are on the list today to be certified.
What is, it's a promotional position. Where are they promoted from?
So we don't.
Assistant?
No, actually, so with it being a promotional position, we actually allow all city current full-time city employees to be able to apply for the position. So you could have somebody who works at Public Works who does have the experience, and we would allow them to test and give them the opportunity to promote if they were selected.
Like there isn't a natural progression from something before assistant buyer.
So that would be more of like our public service cashier. We have senior clerks who do some purchasing with purchase orders and buying for the different departments that they are employed in. So it is a progression for this position.
Okay,
Curious again,
Yes.
these are all women, is that traditional?
So this is a position that we haven't hired for in quite some time. Diversity is always something that we are that we are working on. It is a priority for us, but yes, it probably is a traditional role for this position.
All white women?
So we are, again, limited to, with it being promotional, limited to our current staffing. So as we are hiring entry level, that is also, hopefully, we'll have more diversity added onto our team as we
and
have
you'll
more entry level
automatically
positions.
have an older worker.
So yes, we do have age diversity on, or yes, age
Well, we don't
diversity.
have older, but we do have older ones.
Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome. So next up is our sewer heavy equipment operator. I'm sorry, this is actually a entry-level position in the sewer division of Public Works. We had our 30-70 split. It is part of our Teamsters union. So candidates do need to have a high school diploma or GED equivalent, 3 years of experience operating specialized construction equipment, 2 years of responsible experience and specialized training in the operation of similar equipment, or the equivalent combination of training and experience. They do need to have a Class B CDL with air brake endorsement and obtain their Class A CDL with air brake and tanker endorsements within 90 days of hire. And then we have our normal physical and background and residency requirements. So we did have 6 applicants. They were all qualified and invited to participate in the practical exam. 6 candidates passed the practical, were invited to the interview. 5 candidates passed the interview. 1 did score below 70%, leaving us with 5 on the list to be certified. And then our stats. Okay. And then next up, we do have our street heavy maintenance worker. This is actually a entry-level position in the street division of Public Works. We did have our 30-70 split, and it's part of our Teamsters union. So candidates do need to have a high school diploma or GED equivalent, 2 years of experience in the installation, cleaning, maintenance, and repair of infrastructure, or 1 year of experience in concrete flat work, or we would accept the equivalent. They do need to have a driver's license upon application, obtain their CDL with a permit within 30 days, and then obtain their Class B CDL with air brake and tanker endorsements within 90 days. And again, our normal physical and background requirements. So we did have 19 applicants. 9 of those were qualified and invited to the written exam. 1 withdrew, 3 did not schedule, 1 scored below 70%. That left us with 4 candidates that passed the written exam. They were invited to the interview. All 4 passed the interview and were invited to the background check. 3 passed the background check, 1 was internal and previously passed it, leaving us with 4 candidates on the list to be certified. And our stats. Yes,
On your list, you list somebody's ethnicity as AM, what's that?
American Indian.
Oh, that person
I-
failed.
I'm sorry.
That person failed the exam.
Yeah, and I apologize, I can't see that far away. Yeah, I believe so.
I mean, I can see we have diversity there. and that's good.
We do, yes.
So somebody had passed the test for this particular position before.
So it's not for this position, they were already an employee with the city of Davenport. So they have actually already gone through a background check previously.
Okay. Okay, so the point was that they passed the background check before. It wasn't that they passed the exam.
Correct, yes, that is correct.
So each person that is applying has to take the exam.
Each person applying does need to take the exam for that position, yes, to make sure that they are qualified.
How long is the exam good for, having passed it?
So the list is valid for 1 year. So it's good for that 1 year or until the list has been exhausted. And then the next time we would need to go out for a list they would need to retest if they were not hired off the original list that was that's certified today.
And do you have to go down the list in the order you have it listed here?
We do not, no. The hiring manager can move forward as they see fit. Okay.
Any more questions? Okay, let's vote to certify it. Entertain a motion? To approve the list.
I move that the positions be accepted as presented.
I second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Any other business? All right, entertain a motion for adjournment.
Okay, I second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, we are adjourned.
All right, we made